Welcome back to the Wizard Tower project. This is the Sanctuary, Part 1. Trying to aim for more symmetry in my pieces, so I did math this all out before I cut it. I had the intention of having 2 stories of windows, but I still needed to put a floor in, so those would have been covered. So I opted for just the top row. And remember, the inspiration for this will be Final Fantasy VII's church, but I will be adding in some pieces of my own. For example, there will be a life tree in the middle of one of these floors. And the floors I am making out of coffee stir sticks. Because I'm using real wood, I probably will stain these like I did the library floors, but that is where I'm going to end the video for today. See you all in part 2. Welcome back to the Wizard Tower project. This is the Sanctuary, Part 2. Today we're going to continue constructing our tower. So I went ahead and cut out some bricks and columns using my Proxxon hot wire cutter and shifting lands column jigs. And because I have no 1-inch foam in stock, I ended up using 1/2-inch foam pieces that I glued together, which is handy because I can pull them apart like this. So instead of 4 full columns, I ended up having 8 half pieces that I could glue to the outside of this tower. This stone brick and column look is going to look really nice for our sanctuary. And these windows will be stained glass. That's probably what I'll be building in the next part. So here I've added the columns, and then I'm doing brickwork on the inside as well. And that's all for the tower update for today. Welcome back to the Wizard Tower project. This is the Sanctuary Part 3. And in today's video, we are going to be making these stained glass windows. So for this, I pre-cut out some pieces of foam using this wooden window as a template. And I'm going to cut out plastic sheets to fit in between these 2 pieces of foam. And for the plastic sheets, this is just recycling. Any clear plastic will do. Once I have all my windows ready, I traced out the shape of the stained glass on each of them. Then I get to work with painting. For these stained glass windows, I'm using the same technique as I did for the library, where I am using PVA glue mixed with a little bit of paint. And to save time, I'm doing all 6 windows at once with the same color pattern. Here's how they look once they're all done. I sealed and painted the windows before I glued in the stained glass. Now that the windows have dried, I'm adding them to the tower with Mod Podge. Here's what the windows look like from the inside. And this is where we will end our tower update for today. Next, I'm going to seal all of the holes with some joint compound before I get to painting. Then once I have this all painted, I will sculpt and add in the life tree. Welcome back to the Wizard Tower project. This is the Sanctuary Part 4. And nothing too exciting in this update. I filled all of the cracks with joint compound, and now I'm working on the windows some more on the inside of the tower. I have been working on this throughout the week after work, but with this tower I am taking my time, because in the past I find that I would rush things a lot just to get content out and be a little bit disappointed in the work that I produce. And because I'm taking my time, I think this tower is likely going to end up being my favorite. I'm currently at the stage where I can start painting this, and then the life tree is probably going to take the most time. So stay tuned for part 5. Welcome back to the Wizard Tower project. This is Sanctuary Part 5. And today we are going to paint our tower. Before I can proceed with crafting the life tree that will go inside, I figured it was time to paint this. And we are going for a classic stone look, so I'm just doing layers of gray, and it feels like this piece is turning into something out of Kingdom Hearts, which I might have subconsciously been thinking about because of the theme of Sanctuary. And I love Kingdom Hearts. It's probably up there in my top game series. And with this tower being inspired by Final Fantasy VII, that's kind of fitting, because in Kingdom Hearts, there are Final Fantasy characters. Anyways, this is where we end the tower update for today. Next, I need to stain the wood floors and get started on the life tree. Welcome back to the Wizard Tower project. This is the Sanctuary Part 6. And we are going to start off this video by staining the floors. I'm using the same technique as I did for the library. This is just watered down brown paint, and I'm using a baby wipe to spread that onto the wood to give it a stain. Now let's get started on our life tree. For this, I'm using a piece of cardboard from paper towel, and I'm going to sculpt my tree out of paper clay. I did not have good footage of me sculpting this, but these are the tools I used to add the texture. And I let this sit and dry for a day before I added a layer of Mod Podge. Once I dried the Mod Podge with my heat gun, I got to painting. So I've added a couple layers of brown paint. I am not quite done with this tree. I think I'll add some highlights next. But this is as far as I got for tonight. I have a few more things I need to do, including adding some foliage to this tree and finishing up the holes in the floors. So not too much left to do, so I think the next video will be the final reveal. And I have some super secret additions to this build coming. See you in the finale. Welcome to the Sanctuary Tower final reveal. On the left side of our tower, we have our life tree. And on this side, we have the flower garden and some miniature weapons that I sculpted. This is the Master Sword I sculpted out of a toothpick and clay. And this is Cloud's Buster Sword, also made out of a toothpick and clay. And this is Aerith's Guard Stick and Sora's Keyblade, also made out of toothpick and clay. This tower was inspired by Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy VII, and the Master Sword has nothing to do with that. Now it's time for my secret reveal. Within the life tree is a shrine to the one and only Danny DeVito. Let's take a closer look. I tried to incorporate as many DeVito references as I could within this hollow tree. I'm sure I missed plenty, but let me know in the comments what references you see here in the tree. The lighting in the tree was also a last-minute artistic decision that I think was the right decision. And there you have it. This is our finished Sanctuary Tower.